Hello there, this is Big Benedict. We're playing Metal Gear Rising on Revengeance difficulty, and this is the Jetstream Sam DLC package for the aforementioned title, and we're playing on Revengeance difficulty. This is the first main fight, and by the way, this is Chapter 3, or Part 3 of 7. I have 7 parts. I have everything laid out because I've done this. I have the guidelines, like the infrastructure for this guide already done in the file templates, but you're probably thinking to yourself, well, let's just let the negativity continue because you've been in a bad mood thus far, Big Benedict. But the thing is, you guys, I'm crossed because this DLC is trash and horrible, and I'm also in extreme discomfort because a couple of days ago I went to the dentist and he did some cavities, but she didn't file them down properly, so now I have an uneven bite. I have a headache, migraine, because my tongue keeps trying to clench my jaw and things like that, and I have to go back. I would be in the ER right now, but I have medicine for pain. It's not supposed to be for tooth pain though, and you're supposed to go to the dentist to feel better about to have your teeth feel better, not feel worse. But I have to go back and get another appointment because I can't live like this. I can barely eat. Eating it's uncomfortable, and that's ridiculous. It's unacceptable. Much like this game, which is horrible, but it's something I can't stop playing and that I love, and I still adore this whole prospect and the campaign and the fighting style. It's one of those ironies, like in Bartleby when the lawyer says to himself, "I never feel as private as when I know you are here." If you've read that short story, which some people consider, and I consider it a novella, it's just one of those ironies, and I have true revengeance on my mind here because of that the boss fight at the end of this game, which is all about luck. There's no skill involved whatsoever. There's maybe a modicum of skill if you consider that, you know, you've got to wait for the right time to do the charge. I'm skipping the fight to the right. Why not? Because it's horrible. This fight over here, and don't let me forget about the charge. I need to talk about the charge and rage mode. The enemies go into rage. It says rage over their heads. This fight here makes me feel like I just want to be lobotomized. It is just, it's one of the worst fights in any game I've ever played, and it's because these guys are so aggressive with their counterattacks, and also because they throw in these dwarf geckos, and these guys are actually in the lower difficulties. I forgot that. I've had to replay the game like I mentioned, so I got acquainted with the respawns, the spawns again, excuse me, so I'm going to be playing very cowardly using items. This is going to be a heavily item-based game. I mean, why can't they just give the player a throw for these guys? Well, you know, it's horrible. But at least they checkpointed afterwards. But the thing is, they put the checkpoint in the start of the room before, so you've got to get all your items, and it's waggling the analog stick. It's so bad, so bad. I hate this game. I truly hate it. But I can't stop playing it, like I said, because it's functionally sound. It's okay. So the thing you need to know for pure success in this game, put the enemies into rage mode by taunting them. Press up on the D-pad, and then charge with the quick draw, which is actually not quick. That right there, it's not quick. There's nothing quick about it. It takes forever to do it, and that's why on the Armstrong boss fight, and when you're trying. You can't, there's so many recovery frames after you taunt. You're locked into place while he does the taunt animations, and you can get heavily damaged. And you can't save your loadout in this game except if you, what I've done, see, this enemy too, he had to buffer his existence into the environment. I put a little edit mark there, so, and then we've got the raptor fight down here. When you get a YB prompt, I just learned this because I'm very slow to learn things. It's the stun. When they're stunned, you get the YB prompt. I just kind of put 2 and 2 together. Although it took me so many weeks to figure that out. See, I got the stun. I don't know how I got the stun. Maybe the other one stunned him, most likely. But okay, so anytime you want to save, you go to a VR mission. You go to it and exit. I'll show you in a minute. But you can't like exit out of the game and go to the customize screen like you could in the main campaign, or talk to the assistant back at headquarters, but you can still manipulate it slightly. So what I'm going to do here, see, I have one of these items, and I actually could have kept getting the healing item next to the VR mission, and I caught on to that eventually. So what you can do, get this healing item, go to the VR mission, exit the VR mission. It saves the fact that you have more inventory. Watch, it'll go from a 2 to a 3, but keep doing this over and over again. You can keep doing it until you have 5. Do that all the time. And then in the next video, we'll be fighting Metal Gear Ray. And it's actually one of the better fights. Take care.